My name is Don Myers, founder of TechBond Global. We are presenting our industry disrupting technology across a range of industries, the polymer bonding process. Our industry disrupting product across a range of industries, the tech patch repair system. There has been a problem with polymers since their introduction. They can't be glued. They can be bonded, but they can't be glued. And the inability to combine polymers has restricted innovation, restricted the number of applications that polymers can be used for. Polymers are everywhere, but they're all standalone products. That changes now. The tech patch repair system is the economical and effective system that can repair all holes and cracks in all commonly used tank and pipe substrates throughout the world. This is a worldwide opportunity. The numbers, the competition. On the left, you will see the Belzona Super Wrap. It's fiberglass. It's epoxy. Neither stands up to harsh environments. It's also applied imprecisely, which can lead to problems. On the right is one layer of our Tech Wrap, stronger and more durable than the Belzona Wrap. Also, much less expensive. What is the total available market? The big kahuna in the total available market universe is the repair of the pipes that bring drinking water to you, me, and everyone in the U.S. There are 240,000 of those breaks per year in the U.S. Average cost of repair, $10,000. Because of tech patch repair systems, low cost and effectiveness and ease of application, we can cut that in half. That's a savings of $1.2 billion to municipalities across the U.S. The SAM and SOM are given here. They really don't apply because we're less expensive, because we're the only one that can repair HDPE pipe, because it's applied much more quickly. We'll get a higher percentage of SOM than normal, far above normal. Hello, let's look at another need, another channel, the repair of plastic tanks, gas tanks, water tanks, fertilizer tanks. The market is huge. There are hundreds, if you Google them, repair systems for plastic tanks. The problem is they do not work. These use epoxies. If you go to the manufacturer of these epoxies, they will tell you on their site that not recommended for use on a poly tank, yet they're still sold. We're the only game in town. Check our Amazon reviews. Go to Google. Check our reviews on Google. The market is in the billions. For all these channels, for all these verticals, the SOM is over $3.7 million a year. That's low. At this point in time, you are saying, prove it. We can't. In Abu Dhabi, they conducted tests on HDPE pipe. Again, we are the only ones in the world that can repair HDPE pipe. They conducted the 1167 and 13479 tests. First is a pressure test, where normally the max out is about 400 psi for poly HDPE pipe. They conducted our test at 1800 psi, and we last over 100 hours. There's nothing that can come close to comparing to that. Also, the polyfill filled the cracks and did not crack, and the cracks did not get longer. The salt spray test is a test of how your system holds up in a difficult environment. Our system equated to a 10-year service life, and it looked like new at the end. It's all based on the PTFE coated e-glass fabric, the best patch material on the planet. PTFE is superb. The e-glass fabric is superb. When you combine the two, everything is even more superb. In every test to date, all the test results conformed to the range that's within PTFE coated e-glass fabric's wheelhouse. Let's compare TPRS to the other repair systems on the market. And there are 5. The 4 listed here for the repair of tanks and pipes in difficult environments, and then the composite wraps like the Bazzano wrap that are used in certain applications around the world when there must be a repair made. Individually, one-on-one, TPRS beats them all, from cost to performance, from simplicity of application to how long it lasts. Cheaper, faster, longer lasting. A good product to bet on. What's our go-to-market strategy? We have very well-defined go-to-market strategies because we've been working on this for almost 9 years. The first in the U.S. is the NARSA shops. They are essentially the radiator shops. They repair lots of tanks. We have been working with them, talking with them. They want to introduce the Tech Patch repair system in all their shops throughout the U.S. and Canada. They've tested it. It works. We'll provide the certification and training needed. They will be our local deliverers. A good marriage. NARSA is working. We will be a feature article in their magazine in their next edition. We're back to prove it. The picture you see is the Indian Institute of Technology, the Indian School of Mines. We've been working with them for over a year. The next part of go-to-market is to provide our patch system for the mining industry, both in India and in the U.S. The mining industry is in a state of crisis. They are spending 25, 35, 40% or more on maintenance each year. Imagine running a business that way. We will cut that substantially without the need for certifications, and that's critical. With ISM's support, we can immediately get involved in India and even in the U.S. for the repair and those pipes. In most cases, we want to wrap the pipes before they go into the mines. Makes it easy. We can train their people to do it, and it's a substantial revenue source. And they are, as I said, in a state of crisis for a way to cut these costs. TPRS will. All right, here's a corporate structure. A little different than what you're used to. There are actually 3 companies involved. Their parent company that holds the IP, which is TechBond Global, and then the operating units. The TechBond Global, the IP holder, needs to go out and get more patents that we have the technology to generate. But we're talking here right now about TPRS. Global's revenue will come from the operating units where they'll get an immediate royalty of 6%, then a percentage of profit. In the early years, as you see, revenue is not great, but it is substantial over the long term. At 10 years, it's over $11 million a year. TechBond Solutions LLC is the North American operating unit. At 5 years, on $6.3 million in revenue. The profit will be $941,000. That's roughly 15%, which is above the industry average, 25% above. Again, I'm Don Myers, the founder. This is a big project. What's my background? Handling big projects. The company I was with, every time they had a big project, a big situation, they sent me in. They didn't send in a team. They sent in me. We were always amazingly successful. Several times we did things that had never been done before. Now, I had a team, but they just turned everything over to me, to us, and we got the job done. We will get the job done here also. What has been rewarding, one of the things that has been rewarding, is the interest of people in joining this endeavor once they find out what we're doing. Here are 6 people, all with excellent skill sets, needed skill sets that are part of the global team. There'll be a global team and there'll be operating unit teams. This one's terrific. What are we asking for? For all stages of the financing process, we're asking for a total of $6.7 million. Broken down, that's $3.7 million to global to get all the patents, trademarks, training, licensing models, etc., to set up operating units. Again, not difficult. $1.5 million each to the U.S. operating unit and the Indian operating unit. For early investors, we are aiming to deliver 7 to 10 times the money invested. 7 to 10 times, and it'll be in the 10 range or more, in fact. Once revenue streams are established, annualized returns will be in the 30 to 40% range. And that's because of the structure of the company. A efficient, modern, AI-supported structure. What is our pre-seed ask? $450,000 for each operating unit, $450,000 for global. Those totals are all part of the $6.7 million. How those funds will be allocated is given here. We will effectively use the money. The biggest advantage is that everything is planned. There are business plans for everything. How the total money will be allocated is given in the list on this page, but we're ready to go. Revenue will start virtually immediately. So, as an investor, how do you decide where to put your money? We have decision trees based on your investment profile on where the money should be allocated. You can invest in the operating unit or in global or a combination of the two. Now, there are limits to what you can put into global just based on the need that we will have to take TechBond Global worldwide. And we'll do that faster and more efficiently than has been done before. That's bragging, but I've handled big projects before. What will be the exit strategies? The standard list. If we're approached and then acquired by a strategic player, That would be the quickest exit. Or by a private equity firm or a merger. My bet is an IPO within 5 to 7 years. After 8.5 years, one thing that you can bet on is that we are going to hit the ground running. In September, this first week of September, I will be talking to the director of NARSA to set up the training programs, the certification programs, and the guidelines for the feature article that will be in NARSA's magazine. Next week, I'll be going to Hampton, Virginia for Mega Rest, which is the Navy's annual event on the rest issue. The Navy spends $7.5 billion a year in rest mitigation and prevention. Now, getting into chemistry, a bond prevents rust from forming, and we bond to the steel. TPRS bonds to the steel. Our polyfill bonds to the steel. We'll knock that $7.5 billion for a loop. Then later in September, we will visit India to sign the Memorandum of Understanding on establishing the TechBond Global Center of Excellence. That event will be attended by international media and Indian media. When the results from the mines hit the market, the demand will be immediately huge. Immediately. I'd like to talk some more. My confirmation information is below. You have a lot of questions. I have the answers. Again, I've been working on this for 8.5 years. This is what I do. Thank you, and looking forward to speaking with you.